Good afternoon.
Good day.
Yes, welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Ian.
And I'm Lauren.
And this is Bars and Bells. This is press and plie. We have our kettlebells behind us. We have little cute slippers on our feet. We'll warm up with the feet and the hips for mobility and practice with that kettlebell for full body strength. And if that doesn't sound fun, stick around. You might find it fun and functional in just a moment. We'll start with a bodyweight warm up with the feet. Use your bar off to the side, or maybe challenge yourself in open space to start. Start by doing that demi-point rise and ball to foot of a single leg. Go towards that toe tip and then gently flex over the feet, but maintain that integrity or tension through your arch. Then go back to that ball of feet or metatarsals and then push your hip through to straighten the knee. Repeat on the other side. Keep the legs in parallel, squeeze your standing leg butt cheek, go towards that toe tip, embrace a little bit of the crampiness of the arch, but always be able to recover from it as you come home and extend the hip through. Now let's just find a ball of foot on one and then rise up to 2 feet and then just right back down on the other. Repeat again, straight legs, butt cheek squeeze, and control back down. This time, bend the leg that has the flat foot on the floor and then push through, full squeeze, rise on 2, and bend the other leg. And now with a flat foot, we'll do our plie or our knee bend. We'll press through to tall, find our quick balance, and just one more time each side from this position. Little knee bends, little plies, and as Lauren's doing beautifully, sitting down or plieing in that toaster idea of the hip, staying right over the foot as you do that last time here. Grab onto the ground, squeeze the butt cheeks, pull up those kneecaps, keep the ribs over those hips, and then very slowly return to the floor. Let's just open up into your first position and then just gently acclimate into that second position and try the same thing in that plie squat right away. So we'll be on that demi-point position here and just sit low in the squat, full stretch. It's the flat foot leg that does the most work, and then we'll switch and we'll blend that knee bend into a plie and then press, full stretch, land. And again, we'll just do that one more time each side. Challenge that depth of the plie and squat. And also warm up those feet for lunges with our kettlebells and those tippy toe balances like right here. So hold for a second, maybe use that balance aid off to the side, and then slowly return heels to the floor. And let's just acclimate back to that first position. Hard strength with the kettlebells. Lauren will show us what that's like in a second. But right now, let's just get those arms in the I can never say that word. Preparation position down low. Elevate the shoulders as a shrug. In bar ballet, we don't want to do that either. Same with the kettlebell. Pull the shoulder blades low. Round the shoulder blades forward, and then lightly pull the shoulder blades together. Then take the arms in that first position and repeat the same thing. They'll elevate, shrug, pull down, round forward, and then pull back. Open up those arms to that side second position, and same effort of a scarecrow-like shrug, and then anti-shrug exercise, pulling down, round those shoulder blades forward, spreading across the back, and then pull together. Arms towards your fifth overhead, third perhaps even. Elevate, shrug, armpits pull down. Scoop your shoulders forward, retract back, and then pull right back down through the gateway, and then shake it out. Lauren again will show us hard style presses in just a second. And then first though, some plank and some core. All
right, so we'll start with that plank first, but to get to the floor, let's do our forward fold. We'll start with our feet underneath us facing parallel forward with T-Rex arms or arms across the chest, making sure our blades stay lightly retracted. We're doing this so that we first flex at the head neck. And then next we flex at that T-spine or rib cage. And we continue flexing forward into that full forward fold, all the way down. Imagining you're in an alleyway here trying to stay tight to your body. Once you're there, then you can let the arms dangle a little bit, shaking it out. And next we'll walk ourselves forward into our plank position. In our plank position, our hands are under our shoulders, our butt cheeks are squeezed, our kneecaps are pulled up, and we're not moving, but we're thinking about pulling our hands towards our feet. Pull the floor together underneath you. This is the tension you want when you press. For 5, 4, 3, 2, tailbone lifts, hips lift. Let's keep our feet where they are, but this time walk our hands towards our feet. We'll end up back in that forward folded position. Tuck our chin, use our muscles on the front and the back of the spine to stand ourselves up nice and tall. Give that a little shake. We'll come back to that in 1 second, but in the meantime, we must hold our kettlebell in the rack position. The rack position is the position we press out of. If you're not familiar with that rack position, go back to 2 weeks because we've been working on this, or practice that goblet hold. We're just holding here. To get that bell there, we use our hinge. We grip with one hand, we cuddle with the second, we pull the bell up, punch through. We can remove that second hand if we're ready. In this rack position, we have a nice vertical forearm. Our wrist is straight and strong, not bent or pulled over by that bell. We feel the bell resting on the forearm, not too much on the bicep, and we're thinking about squeezing our butts, bracing our core, what we need to do to press for 3, 2, 2 hands on, put it back right between your feet using your hinge, and stand up, shake it out. Repeat on the other side. Hip hinge, grip 1, 2. Pack your shoulder, zip punch. Get that bell just right and let go. Check it out, vertical forearm, straight wrist, ribs to hips, not arching that low back. Squeeze the cheeks, drill your feet down in the floor in order to press the bell overhead. Think about it for 3, 2, 2 hands on, hinge place down, stand up without, shake it out. We'll do one more plank and we'll come back up for our first set of presses. Our plank this time, we'll use the telescope method to get to the floor. What that means is we divide ourselves at the hips. We extend our spine as long as we can, reaching away from our hips. Reach long, keep the back flat as long as you can, tailbone tip to the ceiling. When you can no longer keep that long spine, we'll start to flex and fold forward. Once we're there, we'll walk ourselves back out into that plank and let's change the tension. So hands are still under shoulders, cheeks are still squeezed, core is still braced, but without moving this time, we're pulling the right hand to the left hip and then pull the left hand to the right hip. And now do both at the same time, creating an X pattern of tension. X woman presses for 3, 2, tailbone tips to the ceiling. This time, let's keep our hands flat and try to walk our feet towards our hands, feeling those hamstrings. Peel the hands up, tuck the chin, use your muscles to stack yourself all the way back up to tall.
Excellent.
Our first set of presses here.
We'll be following, very quickly, sorry for interrupting, we'll be following a press strategy today called a ladder. Our first set will be for 2, our second for 3, and 2 + 3 = 5. So follow along, scale your reps as you need, but let's listen to Lauren for more cues.
And we'll be doing that twice through today. If presses are not for you, you can return to that goblet hold, the rack hold, or lying down on the floor holding that firing range position. Whatever you so choose, let's use our hinge and start with the number 2. Hip hinge, grip bell, rack, press. 1, inhale, pull down, and 2, pull the bell down, 2 hands, place it down, up without. As you press out of this on the other side, remember that plank tension, strong core to press out of. Second side, pull to rack. Breath, inhale on the down, create that tension to press again. Park the bell, we'll come back to that in a second for the number 3.
That's right, it's full body strength pressing with Lauren and full body or low body mobility with me on the bar. Take your feet into that first position, lightly pivoting on those heels, but make sure the turnout is happening from the hips. We're incorporating our squat plie with our tendu here. Arm on the hip or just out to that side in that second position. We'll start with our plie, transfer to a single leg as we tendu out front, stretch. Both legs are straight, we pull back to first, we point to the front and pull back to first. Feet to the side, stretch the leg out. Full stretch on this standing leg, heels touch, push to the floor, heels touch. Same thing to the back. We sit squat, reach long, stretch, heels touch, reach back with straight knees and first. And last one is you often do things in a cross pattern here and stretch. And we'll close, we'll point, and we'll close. We'll challenge our first balance here in that ankle coup de pied position with your hand on the bar and a flat foot for right now. Have your toes point down, your knee point side, your glutes firmly squeezed, and always having that rib cage over the hip. Return back to that strong first position, perhaps arms in the preparation position, and then a little shake and a wiggle. So we'll be doing our switch around. So enjoy your flip around or switch sides of that island or chair that you're using. So we'll be doing our plie squat, our tendu front, our full stretch, first, point, and first. Sit squat, reach side, full stretch of the knees, heels touch. Point away, heels touch. Sit squat, stretch behind, full stretch of the knee, first, toe back to first, and sit squat plie. Reach to the side and a full stretch of the knee, heels touch, point away, heels touch, and then up to that ankle nook down low. The toes point down, the knees point side. It's the same cues from before, but always go through that checklist. Cramp your standing leg bum cheek, maintain your breath and composure, and return to that first position feet, own it, and then a shake and a wiggle. My kettlebell's over here, so we'll switch again.
We're back to the number 3. So we're not back, we're adding a number. 2 plus 1 is 3. Let's do that number. Again, my number does not have to be your number, so if you pick a number that's less than 3, that's also great. Let's do it well. Here we go. Inhale, pull to rack. 1, pull down. You have tension in that off arm as you press, and when we pull that bell down, we're not bouncing out of our core, but controlling that through the rack position. Relax your shoulders, shake it out, give that grip a second. Repeat on the second side. Inhale to prepare, pull to rack. 3. 2 hands on, keep it tight as you park that bell down. Whether it's a dumbbell or kettlebell, whatever you're pressing, keep it strong and keep that final rep still positive. Successful is the word I was looking for.
Right on. And we're back to that bar. We'll be working from our first position again, so pivot on those heels and squeeze those butt cheeks. We'll repeat the similar pattern with a little bit of a weight transfer here. So, hand hip or hand out to the side. Let's just go out to the front, similar as before, but off the floor, making that a dégagé. Then return to the front. Out to the side. Now this is where that weight transfer will happen, as we'll transfer to 2 feet, and then press away from the bar, even a dégagé on the other side, and then accept the floor, toe ball heel, and then dégagé out to the side, and then back to first. Repeat out the back, single rep, and then back to first. Repeat to the side, out to the side, toe ball heel weight transfer. Try to find that balance without the assistance of the bar. Land again, perhaps gripping onto the bar, and then return your feet to the first position. Let's do it again, but 2 dégagé front and back, still that same 1 out at the side. Front and front, side, land, transfer, transfer, first. 2 to the back, and now to the side, transfer, find your balance, transfer, and again, and one last time for 3s. 1 and 2 and 3, and side, transfer, transfer yet again, close, and 3, out the back, 2. Are those knees straight? And last one to the side, with our transfer, back into the bar, pull across the floor, pull to that ankle balance, and flat foot if that's for you, hand on the bar if that's for you, or challenge yourself with your demi-point or releve balance here. Butt cheek squeeze, knees side, and breathe. Own it as you come back down to that strong first position, and enjoy a little bit of a shake. We'll repeat the same thing on the other side now. Single reps, dégagé, front, and then through the cross, and then 2s and 3s. Ready to go?
I always feel that through that inner thigh,
That's a great muscle group to feel.
Inseam forward.
For sure. So front and side. On the side, we did the weight transfer. Squeeze your leg, stiffen it to hold that balance. Weight transfer back to the bar and close. And then to the back. And then the side comes pretty quick again. Weight transfer, toe point. And again to the side. Now 2 to the front, side, weight transfer. Another weight transfer back to the bar and close. 2, out the back and side, weight transfer. Return to the bar and close. And now 3, 2, 1, out to the side, weight transfer. Weight transfer back, close. 3, to the back, 3, And then to the side, last one, transfer. Transfer, and then pull into that ankle coup de pied balance, arms perhaps on the bar or in that first position, and find that demi-point rise. Maintain your breath. Hold with control. Own the dismount as I grab for that bar, as it's a little bit tough sometimes. And again, a shakeout.
All right, the peak of the 2 + 3 here for the number 5.
Peak of the ladder.
Peak of the
top step of that ladder.
Yes. So number 5. Again, if it's not for you, pick a number that's less than 5. That could include 1, 2, 3, or 4. Hinge, grip, pull to rack. 1, 0 is also a number. 2, I think. 3, 4. So if you need a rest, is what that statement was intended for. Please feel free to take it. We can
Yeah, a
argue
little
about,
philosophical, I think.
we can argue about math later.
Number or not.
Yeah. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. One thing I was going to mention is when you're doing your presses, look up. That doesn't mean look up at your belt, because that's going to crane your neck a little bit. It means don't look down. You look down, you go down. Think of that as a life lesson. Here we go.
Right.
Same thing,
Keep
second
your
side.
Head up.
Pull to rack. 3, 4, 5. Nice. Taking your time. I guess I rushed a little bit. Place that down. Boom.
Awesome.
5.
Lauren talked about these muscles right here, those adductors, and they're going to get one heck of a workout right here in this first exercise away from the bar or return to the bar. We'll be using our dégagé lift to the side in our 8-8, 4-4, 2-2, 1-1-1-1 pattern. And then should we go 8s again or climb back up 1s and then 8s?
I don't know. I think you should decide and just tell me, because I'll forget anyway.
We'll be working 8 to 1 and then 8 to 1 again.
Okay.
Okay? Arms that side second. Make sure you don't kick a kettlebell. They're heavy. Your toes would hurt if you did, but making sure you're strong and balanced. We'll be going on the and. 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now 4 on the other side, and 4 again. Now 2 of them, and 2 of them, and a single, and a single, and a single, and a single. Now I'm going to do my left side first, and we'll go for 8 on the and. 3, 2, 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 8, and breathe. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8. This is where Lauren says I start to count faster. 2s,
1, 2,
and 2s,
1, 2.
and
See, it just happened.
And 2, and 3, and 4.
Need a metronome in here.
Well, ready to press again?
Whew, those legs are on
it.
fire. Those cheeks are burning a little bit. So shake out those quads, shake out the glutes. And then let's start back at the bottom of the ladder. We got to the top. We jumped off the ladder back to the bottom. That is not a life lesson I'd encourage. But let's get back down to the number 2 here. I'm going to start with my non-dominant side on this set of presses and go 1, over 2. And then park it with control. Shake it out. We want that tension in between during our presses and during our activities at the bar, but we want that relaxation in between. Same thing, second side for 2. Pull to rack. 1, 2. And then place down. Whew. Back to the hip burning bar.
Excellent. Nice. That was something nice and fast a second ago, that dégagé out to the side. And right here, something nice and slow in our rond de jambe. So stand with the feet in that first position again, and that tendu exercise makes an appearance here as you reach to the front. Now keep the hip forward as you reach the leg to the side, and the hip stays forward with the hip turned out as you reach to the back. And then go through that first position, brush to the front, and repeat one more time. Out to the side, out to the back, and then all the way to first. Now keep that outside leg or my right leg straight and bend your inside leg. And now for 2 repetitions, repeat that same exercise on the knee bend. Maintain the turnout, reach to the back, full stretch out the back, heels touching first, and one more time, sit, squat, plie there, single leg, reach to the side, maintain that turnout with those hips forward, and a full stretch, and close. We'll do the same thing in reverse now. On a straight leg first, reach back. From the back, reach to the side. From the side to the front and through. Straight legs out the back, keep the hip forward, the legs moving to the side and front. And when in first, we'll do our plie single leg squat again. Reach with that turnout to the side, to the front, and a full stretch. Close through first, plie on that inside leg. That outside leg, Lauren's left there, my right, has never bent, or at least trying really hard to not bend. And then pull into first, pull up to the ankle, stay there if that's for you, or challenge yourself in that passe position with the knee side, the hip low, the toes point down, with or without those hands on the bar, and then just ride the leg down, finishing in your nice strong first position again, and a shake and a wiggle. And that's where the sweat starts in my workout a little bit. Got the heart rate going with some press, some high tension with those rond de jambes. So repeat 2 to the front with a straight leg, toes point. Keep the heel forward and the toes back as we navigate to the side, through first to the front. Second time around, it's the same, straight legs throughout. The third time now, we'll bend to that inside leg and even maybe test yourself without the assistance of that bar. Stretch back, stretch the standing leg, pull through first, plie again, and last time on this side in this direction. Maintain the turnout, full stretch, all the way to first. Now with straight legs on both, reach back. Back side front, toes lead back, heels stay front. Repeating for our second time. And then in first position there, sit squat plie, reach around, toes point, looking great. And then through first, into our squat plie out the back, and then reach, side, front, stretch, first. And when the foot's underneath the hip, climb up towards that passe position again. Toes are down, knees are side. It's the same cue. Add to your checklist, breathe, return to your first position, and a shake. Presses again.
All right, we're back up one rung of the ladder to the number 3. So over top of your bell, prepare for liftoff. Use your hinge, pull to rack. Number 3, plus or minus 1 or 2 reps. Again, it's up to you. You could still be practicing those holds, thinking about pressing if that overhead mobility is not feeling it today. Whew. Take your time. Same thing, second side. Inhale to pull. Up. Inhale down. Up. We're keeping that strong core base by filling the belly with air and keeping it to press off of. Pull down and park. Whew. Shake that out. We have one more set. Stay tuned.
One more set of that press coming up. Again, reaching for that top shelf, for that top rung of the ladder. Let's get away from the bar now and practice a couple weight transfers in our center position. So if we start with those feet in that first position, we'll be doing 2 versions of this. I'll lead the first one, and Lauren will get to finish off here. Let's start in first, but then open up to your second position, landing toe ball heel. Let's pull ourselves down into that second position plie, and as we stand up, just pull those legs together, assembling in first. Then pick up a toe, point, and land back to that second position, and return to your safe, deep squat plie, and then pull those legs together with straight legs. We'll add on to that if you wish, or return to those flat-footed positions throughout. We land, we pull, and now let's find one base of support down at that ankle position. Point, land toe ball heel, sit in the middle of those 2 legs, and then transfer to one base of support. And point, and land. Repeat again, hold that low ankle, or climb towards that passe position, straighten out the leg, toe ball heel. Hiya, find that power with a stiff leg on the landing side, and climb if you wish. And we'll do that just one more time here now. And again, with me, low or climb, and point, and land with control. And again, a nice regression can be just the assembly together. And if you're confident or want to challenge, climb, open, and a cue for our squat plie. Get your knees to touch the back wall and press those hips through, finishing nice and tall. And then a little shake out, of course. Press one last time, I'm excited.
All right, 5 presses here today. Remember, anything less than 5 is also appropriate, as long as you pick a number where that last rep is still positive. Here we go. Hip hinge, pull, and up to 5. Oh, I started with the wrong arm. 2, 3, inhale down. If you're getting tired, remember you have butts and abs and an off arm to help you. So to create tension throughout the body with all those other muscle groups. Shake it out. Whew. Take a second. One more set of these presses today. 5 on that second side. Hip hinge. Inhale. And 1. On this next one, squeeze your off arm hand. Pull down. On this next one, do that and squeeze your butt cheeks. On this next one, do both of those and brace your abs. And then I forgot to count. One more. And do all of them again. And then park that bell with control.
Nice. Ooh. I'll move my bell out of the way here to get a little bit more space. And we'll finish off today's practice with one weight transfer and then another little rib roll perhaps to finish. Weight transfer?
Weight transfer.
You got it.
All right. Let's start in that first position. So that's slightly turned out, but turned out from the cheeks. Doesn't matter how turned out you are. Let's point our leg just as far as we can touch and just hold that for a second. Feeling that our belly button is over top of our balance point. We're nice and tall, and we're not reaching that leg because we're doing a side bend, but in fact, we're reaching it long and away. Toe ball, heel, land. Pull yourself over. Same thing. Stack your belly button. Up tall. Reach long and away. The whole time we want to maintain space between that bottom rib and upper hip without crunching and lifting from that back. Toe ball, heel, let's pull across. Either practice that exact same thing or think about pushing down and finding a balance on your toe. And hold. That other leg is still turned out inseam forward for 3, 2, heel will come down. Toe ball, heel, pull yourself across, push away. First get stacked. Look at something that's not moving. Push down, grow up. Try to find the highest position you can and hold it for 3, 2, land on heel. Toe ball, heel. We'll try the same thing from a bent knee though. So come to center, bend, push across, try to stay the same height. Here we have some work on our ankle mobility. We're getting our knee towards over our toe. We're keeping the knee to the side and the hips forward, and we're trying to turn that other leg open. Then toe ball, heel, stay the same height, pull yourself across. Again, knee towards over toe, hips are pushing forward. Transfer to that single leg balance. Inseam forward. Toe ball, heel, pull across. Let's add on. Find a bent leg balance. Push out of it, find a straight leg balance. Push out of that, find a toe balance. Stay square to the front of your room for 3, 2, heel will land, knee will bend, pull yourself across. Knee towards over toe. Hips are behind you. Lift the leg from your cheek. Push down. Push down more to get higher and taller. Feel that standing leg cheek, the other leg cheek. Hold, land, knee bend, pull to center. Stay here without moving. Pull your heels together. Then push your feet down and away. Then pull your heels together again. Then push down and away so much that you stand up tall. Squeeze your cheeks. Point, close, and shake.
Excellent.
Whoa.
Love that movement series there. Whether it's a movement clock, you don't need a lot of room to feel like you're moving a little bit and increase your hip mobility. Let's finish today's practice on the bar or in center with a nice little rib roll. Feet could be in that parallel position or turned out into first. I'll start with a hand across the body. We could start getting a little bit expressive with it in our port de bras, but keep it in tight and focus on the movement through the rib cage. Slowly start with a chin tuck, super small as appropriate. Then T-Rex arm style, keeping the shoulder blades together, round the rib cage forward. I'll be turning towards the bar here, towards my left in a rotation, and I'll side bend to the back corner. Then lifting my heart up as if to bend over the back of a chair, I'll rotate to that new diagonal or corner, incorporated side bend there, and then finish the circle shape to the front. And when my sternum or chest bone lines up with my belly button, pull down on the muscles on the front to help extend the muscles or the back in the back. Repeat the same thing in the other direction now. So it's a chin tuck to initiate, shoulders stay retracted or tight, and we flex through the rib cage. Here, my hips will stay forward as I'll twist away from the bar, enjoying a nice side bend to the back corner, and then an up and an over the back of the chair movement, and ultimately to bend, in my case, towards the bar side, and then continue that circle all the way to the front. And again, engage those abdominals as we're asking to pull the rib cage up and away to create that length Lauren mentioned between the ribs and the hips. That has been a complete half hour, or just about, of our bar practice, where we use our pliés and our love of the ballet for mobility and strength in the hips, and that kettlebell for everything else.
Join us Saturday morning. We do have to bump our time a little bit early, but you can be there at 8 a.m.
Yep.
We just got to squeeze a few more things into our Saturday. So we'll be starting a little bit early Saturday morning with our body weight practice. All you need is this and a little bit of space. And by this, I mean your own body.
Your own body.
That's all you need.
We've been working on hand balances like our crawls that progress towards super fun things like the handstand. Stay tuned to the link letter, join our website, Join the newsletter from the website.
Check out our Patreon page.
That's
and
it.
be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube.
That's it.
The whole week starts again next Tuesday with our kettlebell practice. But until then,
And it's week 4.
take care. It is. Stay strong.
And
drink water. Eat your vegetables. And train soon.
Awesome.
Goodbye.
Have a good night.